ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैर्वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अध्याय 14 श्लोक 25 मानापमानयोस्तुल्यः तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते। गुणातीत लक्षणानि, the characteristics of a gunatita are being discussed. Gunatita is an Atmajnani. He has understood that he is free from the three gunas. His nature is the Atma Tattva, the Satchidananda, which transcends the three gunas. He has understood it very well. Therefore, he is Gunatitaha, transcended the three gunas. The three gunas have lost the ability to bind him. He has transcended not only Rajas and Tamas, but also Sattva. Often we find a spiritual seeker caught in Sattva Guna. For example, a sadhaka is obsessed with meditation. He always wants to remain in a very calm place, and he enjoys meditating in a quiet place. If there is some rumbling sound, he gets disturbed. he cannot tolerate a bit of disturbance because it disturbs his inner calmness. This is obsession with the sattva guna. Even it is a bondage, samsara. But a gunatita has transcended even sattva guna. He is not obsessed with the sattva guna also. Even if there is a disturbance in the external ambience, and even if there is a disturbance in his mind, once in a while, because of prarabdha, the mind becomes restless. It can happen even in the case of a jnani. Despite the restlessness of mind, despite the states of mind, he remains unaffected because he knows the restlessness is in the mind, the dullness is in the mind. I am unaffected. Then he is a gunatita. The objective of a seeker of moksha is to become gunatita. Often people think becoming sattvika is our objective. But the ultimate goal is not to become sattvika alone. Of course, one should be relatively sattvika, because only when the mind is sattvika, the jnana can take place. Sattva guna facilitates the atma jnana. But when the atma jnana takes place, one should understand that he is free from the guna also, even the sattva also. Therefore, a gunatita is a jnani. His characteristics are under discussion. Manapamanayos tulyaha, a gunatita. Maintains sameness towards both honor and dishonor. Sometimes people honor us, people respect us, and sometimes they dishonor, they don't respect. Both are possible. It happens with everyone. Even the Prime Minister of India, many people honor, and recently I saw that some people are kicking at his photo. Therefore, even if you go to the highest position, one is not free from mana and apamana. Some people respect, some people humiliate, some people are indifferent. Often we get dejected if somebody humiliates us, if somebody disrespects us, we are disturbed. I am not treated properly. The other person has not respected me. But a gunatita understands that the respect as well as disrespect do not affect the Atma. One can respect or disrespect the Upadhi, a personality. The Atma transcends both respect and disrespect. Therefore, whether somebody respects me or not, whether somebody honors me or not, I am unaffected. This is a jnani's understanding. Therefore, manapamanayoho tulyaha. He is equal towards honor and dishonor. Previously, we have seen the word, another lakshana of gunatita, tulyanindatma samstutihi, in the previous shloka. What is the difference between tulyanindatma samstutihi and manapamanayos tulyaha? One may get a doubt. The answer is tulyanindastutihi means a jnani is same towards, a jnani is equal towards ninda and stuti. Ninda means criticism, stuti means praise. Ninda and stuti are verbal. Therefore, tulyanindatma samstutihi means he is not affected by verbal actions of the others. Somebody's verbal actions means somebody's words do not affect him. People may speak anything, it does not affect him. Whereas manapamanayos tulyaha refers to physical actions, physical show of honor or dishonor. Like somebody garlands, it is a way of physically honoring someone. It is the difference between the previous Lakshana and this Lakshana. Tulyo mitrari pakshayoho. He is equal towards Mitra Paksha and Aripaksha. Mitra Paksha is the group of group of friends. Aripaksha is the group of enemies. Almost everyone in this world has friends and enemies. No individual is perhaps free from friends and enemies, whether we like it or not. All of us have enemies. Sometimes they may be at the individual level, at the personal level, and sometimes it may be at the society level. Just because somebody belongs to a particular country, some people are his enemies. If you belong to India, the people of the enemy country are our enemies. Pakistanis are our enemies. Therefore, nobody can say, I don't have enemies. That is why Krishna says, even a Gunatita has an Aripaksha, a Shatrupaksha. Krishna does not say a Gunatita does not have a Shatrupaksha. But he says, Tulyo mitrari pakshayo. In his attitude, he will be equal towards both friends and enemies. Even this should be understood properly. It does not mean he will behave the same way with his friends as well as enemies. It is not so. We should understand the context. Krishna and Arjuna are in the middle of the two armies. The army of Pandavas and the army of the Dhartarashtras. Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. He is standing between two armies. And in Bhagavadgita, he is asking Arjuna to fight. You should fight the enemies. It is your duty. For our own protection or for the good of the world, it is the duty to fight his enemies, to fight our enemies. Therefore, Krishna does not mean you should not fight with your enemies. When the context demands it. Then what does he mean? Bhagavan means that he does not have hatred towards his enemies. He is free from hatred. In fact, this is the Dharma taught in Mahabharata. Don't hate your enemies. Just like you love your friends, love your enemies also. And try to resolve the problem with all peaceful means. If no peaceful means works, as a last recourse, one will have to go for a war. But even when you go for a war, do not hate the enemies in your heart. This is the idea that reverberates in Mahabharata. Even if you read portions of Mahabharata like Shanti Parva, where Bhishma teaches Dharma to Yudhishthira, this is the message. Therefore, a jnani, a gunatita, does not hate his enemies. Likewise, he is not attached to his friends. He loves his friends, but he is not attached to his friends. He is free from raga. He may have prema. He may have love. But he does not have attachment. If I wish you good, that means I love you. But if I say, I cannot live without you, I want you to be always with me, and I want you to behave the way I want you to behave. Otherwise, I am emotionally disturbed. I am emotionally broken down. Then it is attachment. A gunatita is free from attachment to his friends, free from emotional dependence on his friends. If the friends come and speak to him, well and good, he will enjoy. If the friends are not coming, not calling, not doing what he expects them to do, even then he is not disturbed. He is as peaceful and as satisfied as ever. Next lakshana, sarvarambha parityagi. A jnani gives up all arambhas. Arambha means karma. Arabhyate iti arambha. Karma. Actions. Actions for drishtaphala or adrishtaphala. We do two types of actions. One is action for drishtaphala, any visible result, like I want to become the MP, member of parliament, somebody contests election, campaigns for his party, campaigns for himself, and fights election, makes his best effort to win the election. It is drishtaphala, karma done for drishtaphala, a visible result, a result that is visible in this world, in this janma. Then there are actions done for adrishtaphala. I should get punya, I should go to Swarga. People do various types of karmas even for that. An ajnani will do such karmas either for drishtaphala or adrishtaphala. Whereas a jnani is not seeking any of them. Neither he is seeking any drishtaphala. He is not interested to become the member of parliament, MP, MLA. He is not interested because his happiness is not dependent on any accomplishment in this world. He is happy in himself without becoming anything. Therefore, a jnani is not motivated to do any karma that gives a visible effect, visible result. Likewise, he will not do karma for adrishtaphala also. If you ask a jnani to do karma, do some karma, why? He will ask why. So that you will get punya. Then he will ask why again. So that you can go to Swarga. Then the jnani says, for me, both this Shloka as well as Swarga are not different from my own self. There is a statement in Brihadaranyaka Kim prajaya karishyamo yesham naha ayamatma ayallokaha. Brihadaranyaka states the words of a jnani, quotes the words of a jnani. What will I do with the karmas? For who? This Atma itself is everything. For a jnani, Atma itself is everything. Meaning, he does not require any happiness outside. He has discovered the absolute fulfillment in the Atma itself. Therefore, he is not motivated. He has no purpose in any actions, whether for drishtaphala or adrishtaphala. Therefore, sarvarambha parityagi, he has given up all karmas. Gunatītasya uchyate, he is called Gunatita. These are the characteristics of Gunatita. Starting from 22 up to 25, Bhagavan described Gunatita. Now, Bhagavan once again explains how to become Gunatita, because that is the question in Shloka 21. Katham chaitan trin gunan ativartate. How one can transcend the three gunas. How one can become a Gunatita. Already Bhagavan has explained it in great detail before Arjuna's question. Bhagavan has already said one should get Atma Jnana. The Atma Jnana is the way to become Gunatita. But how to get Atma Jnana? In this shloka, Bhagavan is prescribing a very important sadhana for Atma Jnana. A very important sadhana that leads one to Atma Jnana. It is Bhakti Yoga. Avyabhichari Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti, devotion to Bhagavan, devotion to Ishvara. Without bhakti, one cannot get jnana. Therefore, Bhagavan says, a bhakta eventually attains moksha, becomes a Gunatita by getting Atma Jnana. Let's go through the shloka. Manchayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. यह माम अव्यभिचारेण भक्ति योगेन सेवते. यह मुमुक्षुः, a mumukshu, a seeker of moksha, Mam sevate, he serves me. Service to Bhagavan. Service to Bhagavan includes performing all actions that are prescribed by the Shastra with a proper attitude. One should look upon all one's actions as an offering to Ishvara. Therefore, sevate, he serves Bhagavan with all his actions. Bhakti yogena, and he serves with the bhakti yoga. What kind of bhakti? Avyabhicharena, the bhakti which is steady, unswerving, this mumukshu is always a bhakta. Some people become bhaktas once in a while. Sometimes they have bhakti, sometimes they don't have bhakti. When there is a difficulty, people get bhakti. When everything is fine, no bhakti. This is what we see in some people. But this sadhaka, mumukshu, he has steady and undaunted bhakti. He is always a bhakta. Wherever he is, whatever he does, he is a bhakta. Saha, he gets Atma Jnana with the help of bhakti. On account of his bhakti, he obtains Ishvara's grace, Bhagavan's grace, as well as Guru's grace. And then he gets Atma Jnana, and then he becomes Gunatita. Saha etan gunan samatitya. He transcends these gunas. Brahma bhuyaya kalpate, and then he becomes a mukta. He transcends the three gunas and becomes mukta, gets moksha. This is the way to become a gunatita. Shloka 27, last and final shloka of this chapter. Brahmano hi pratisthaham amritasya vyayasya cha shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukhasya cha. According to the commentators, the previous shloka may raise a question, a doubt in the student's mind. Bhagavan said, one should worship me, one should serve me with the bhakti. Then the question is, why one should serve you? You are just Krishna, Vasudeva's son, Devaki's son, just an ordinary human being. Why should we serve you? As an answer to this question, Bhagavan says, I am not just a Devaki Nandana. I am not just a human being. Instead, I am the Paramatma himself. When I say serve me, I am not just referring to a small body, a small upadhi, an individuality. Bhagavan is referring to his true nature, his Paramatma Swarupa, his Bhagavat Swarupa. Therefore, Bhagavan is proclaiming his true nature, who he really is in this shloka. In entire Gita, when Bhagavan has referred me, what does he refer to? We have to understand from this shloka. He is not just referring to Krishna Sharira. He is not just referring to the body of Krishna, the individuality of Krishna, the personality of Krishna, but he is referring to himself as the ultimate truth, as the Paramatma himself. Brahmano hi pratisthaham. Let's read. Brahmano hi pratisthaham. Amritasya vyayasya cha shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukhasya cha. Aham Brahmanah Pratishtha. Brahmanah, Brahman. If somebody looks for Brahman, where does he end up? Where does the culmination, where does the search for Brahman culminate? Bhagavan says, it culminates in me. I am the Pratishtha, the culmination point of Brahman. Meaning, the culmination point of the quest for Brahman is myself. You don't have to go anywhere afterwards. Meaning, I am the Brahman. If you are looking for Brahman, you have to come to me. I am the culmination point of the quest for Brahman. Meaning, Brahman is none other than me. Brahman is the infinite. The infinite is me. my nature. Implying I am the Brahman, I am the Paramatma, and the nature of Paramatma is being described. Amritasya, the Paramatma is Amrita. Amrita means Vinasharahitasya. He does not have destruction. Paramatma does not have destruction. Vinasharahita. There are 6 types of modifications. Jayate means Janma. Asti, it survives. Vardhate, it grows. Viparinamate, it undergoes modifications. Apakshiyate, deteriorates. And finally, Vinashyati. 6 modifications, 6 types of modifications have been enumerated in the Shastra. Everything that we see in the world has these modifications. They are all subject to modifications. Whereas the Paramatma is free from all these modifications. Therefore, Amritasya means free from Vinasha, the last modification. Vinashyati is ruled out. Avyayasya, Avyaya implies Viparinama Rahitasya. It does not undergo transformation. Viparinama does not happen. Free from transformation. Shashvatasya. Shashvata means apakshaya rahitasya. Free from deterioration. Dharmasya. Here, according to some commentators, Shashvatasya should be taken separately. According to some other commentators, Shashvatasya should be connected with Dharmasya. Shashvatasya Dharmasya Aham Pratishtha. I am the culmination point of Shashvata Dharma. Shashvata Dharma is the eternal Dharma, which is called Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma includes the karmas, the actions prescribed by the Shastra, as well as Atma Jnana. Jnana is also Dharma. Therefore, karma as well as jnana both together form Shashvata Dharma, Sanatana Dharma. The karmas that are prescribed by the Karmakanda section of the Vedas, as well as the jnana that is revealed by the Vedanta, both together form Sanatana Dharma. The ultimate goal of Sanatana Dharma is to attain Paramatma. Therefore, Sanatana Dharma culminates in Paramatma. Therefore, he says, I am the Pratishtha, I am the culmination point of the Shashvata Dharma. Both karma and jnana prescribed in the Shastras are meant for attaining the Paramatma.
I think that's the movie.
Sukhasyaikāntikasya ca aikāntikasya sukhasya pratishtha aham. Aikantika sukha means the absolute happiness, permanent happiness. If somebody seeks for permanent happiness, the seeking for permanent happiness, the quest for permanent happiness culminates in Paramatma alone. Therefore, Bhagavan, when Bhagavan refers to himself, me, he is referring to this nature of himself. Therefore, Bhagavan deserves the service of the individuals, the seekers of moksha. With this, the chapter is concluded. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.